This channel is sponsored by Pro Football Focus. NFL, college, and fantasy data for every player, every play, every game. Visit ProFootballFocus.com to learn more. Hey guys, and welcome back to Franchise Nation. I am your host, Wes Dorsey. Today I'm bringing you guys some more 49ers franchise. We have news from weeks 5 and 6. It is a bye week, which means that we are going to re-sign one player this week, most likely, maybe two. And we're going to recap what happened to us last week. We'll show you Brady Johns, we'll show you the re-signings going on, and then we'll do a little bit of scouting. So first and foremost, how did we do against the Los Angeles Rams? We won 31-24. Means that we improved to 3-2. As you can see, they had 3 turnovers. We won the battle of time of possession. Mack Kenny, 265 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. All right, 66%. Tremaine Alden, 21 for 80. Martwan Austin, 12 for 34 and a touchdown. Kevin Everett got a few carries in there. Bernie Lauderdale, 9 for 17. Nate Hill, 6 for 84 and 3 more touchdowns. This dude is going off. Back-to-back 3 touchdown games. He is angry. And he's ready to take this, league by storm. Chris Arnold, 1 reception, 3 yards. Not exactly ideal. Let's keep moving. Sacks allowed. 2 for Patrick Lewis, 1 for Freddie Young, and 1 for Ross McKnight. Avery Williamson, Ed Reynolds, Eric Reed, Craig Robertson, Connor Barwin. Tackles for a loss, 2 for Russell Lucas, 1 for Tank Carradine. Sacks, 1.5 for Lynch, 1 for Carradine, 1 for Ansah, 1 for Sedale, and half for Dallas Austin. Interceptions, 1 for Mark Barron, and another interception for Dundrecous Smith. This dude is killing it right now. Deflections, 2 for Malcolm Jenkins. Forced fumbles, 1 for Eric Reed and 1 for Jamal McNeil, and they both recovered. That's awesome. Field goals, Patrick James was 3 for 3, and Brandon McManus was 1 for 1. All right, punts, any kick return? No. Punt return? No. All right, so we are now 3-2. Let's see what the Chicago Bears did. I think they had a bye week. They did. Okay. How about the Chargers? They pick up their first W? They did! Was Bryce Petty the quarterback? He was! Didn't do too badly. 14 for 23. They ran the ball a lot, huh? Wow. Melvin Gordon. Putting on a clinic. Not even bad. All right, so let's take a look at the standings around the league. Actually, we'll do that after. But let's take a look, see if there's any draft stories that we need to look at, because I have not scouted for this week just yet. All right. Quinny Blair. To forego the remainder of his senior season to focus on his master's degree. Wow. Interesting. I don't know if he's going to show up now. If he was, I don't know if he will now. So, there's that. Let's see. Awards. Who won it? Jimmy Garoppolo. Brandon Oliver got 4 all-purpose touchdowns for the Colts this week. Not bad. So, taking a look at the statistics for the team right now. Mack Kenny, 15 touchdowns, 3 picks through 5 games, 1,400 yards. For those of you at home, that's just under. That's about 280 yards per game. 284. 9.3 yards per attempt. And he's averaging 3 touchdowns for every game. And he's averaging, 3/5 of an interception every game. He's only been sacked 4 times. Crazy. Tremaine Alden, 4.1 yards per carry. Martwan Austin and Mack Kenny both have rushing touchdowns. Alden has yet to get into the end zone. He's had a rough go of things. Offensive line has not been exactly consistent for him. Bernie Lauderdale, 29 for 392, leading the way in receptions. Nate Hill, 28 for 471 and 6 scores. Chris Arnold, 14 for 211. Jamon Mason, 14 for 232. These two guys are just taking over right now. Deangelo Daniel, 3 receptions, 22 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Freddie Young, 2 sacks. Felix Grant, 1. Dundrecous Smith leading the way with 39 tackles. Tackles for a loss goes to Sedale Hunt and Najee Simon. Sacks is Mike Daniels. Not even bad. 3 interceptions for Dundrecous Smith. And forced fumbles, I believe it is Eric Reed leading the way. Jamal McNeil leading the way. Okay. Not bad. Let's see how the NFL is shaping up in terms of sacks and interceptions. I know those get a little bit glitched. if we don't do AFC and NFC. So let's start there. Interceptions, 4 for Adrian Marquise, 3 for Sean Smith. In terms of sacks, 5.5 for Watt, 5 for Milton, 4 for Dante Hightower, 4 for Khalil Mack. And DeAndre Levy has 6, Mike Daniels 5, Arakpo 4, Cambrell Bennett 4, Ezekiel Ansah 4. I like it. Dundrecous Smith leads the way in the NFC with 3 interceptions. So now that we have that out of the way, no season awards just yet. I don't think we have any big-time awards coming up. Let's take a look at the transaction, see who's been re-signing around the league. All right. So we'll scroll down a little bit, and we'll start off at the very beginning. Aaron Rodgers, 2 years, $41.8 million extension. Cody Parkey, a 7-year, $32 million extension. Way 6 for 23. Juice, 5 for 16. DeCastro, 5 for 32. Luke Kuechly, 7 for 73. Julio Jones, 5 for 56. DJ Fluker, 7 for 44. Vontae Davis, 2 for 28.5. Warmack, 7 for 44. Telvin Smith, 6 for 60. Dontari Poe, $11 million a year. Joe Hayden, $14.5 a year. And Quentin Coples, a 6-year, $50 million extension. So prices are going up around the league, and we have to be a little bit careful of that. So let's take a look at some of the players that we need to re-sign, players that we're not going to re-sign. We're not going to say we're not going to re-sign anybody just yet. We don't want to hurt morale anywhere, but these are the guys we have to re-sign. So Malden, Conley, Byron Jones, Mario Edwards, Dallas Austin, Tank Carradine, Eric Reed, Ogletree, Arnold, Hunt, Carey, Jenkins, McNeil, and Marquette King. So the 2 people that I want to bring back right now are the 2 people that I know I want to bring back in general. It's going to be Jamal McNeil. I do need to make sure that we're offering him the proper amount of funds because he is a top 5 strong safety, I would say. So let's take a look at the safety position, see what those contracts are looking at. He wants about, what was that, $6 million a year? Okay. It's a little low. He's a little bit better than that. He should be around the $8 million mark. I think that's pretty fair for Jamal McNeil. Extend him 4 years, extend him 5 years. Let's take him to age 30. Give him a $42 million deal. I think that's about fair. He's really good. Someone that is really dependable for us. I think he's worth it. So offer him that. See what he says. Okay, Jamal McNeil has re-signed. And the other player that we're looking at is Byron Jones. I'm going to go a 3-year deal for Byron Jones, and he's someone who's going to be our exclusive nickel. I'm going to give him about $3 million a year. I'm not going to give him too much of a bonus just to be safe, but I'll give him a good amount of money. There we go. $9 million, 3 years. I think that's pretty fair. I think that'll be a good amount of money. It's a lot more than he's expecting, but he's someone that is really talented, really freaking athletic. 97 agility, 94 acceleration, 99 jumping, 91 speed. Definitely someone who we want as our primary nickel back for the future. And we have the cap space to work with that. So after that, those 2 guys have re-signed. We're not going to negotiate with anybody else. JT Ogletree probably wants a pretty penny. Yeah, he's not worth that. Good player. Not a great player, especially not after that awful performance last week against the Giants. Malcolm Jenkins, he's not even worth that. I mean, he's a veteran presence, but I'd rather cut ties there. Marquette King, really good, but we're not going to just immediately re-sign him right now. I think we'll take a look, see if there's a punter in free agency who's worth it. We don't do any fakes with him anyway. He's an 81 speed. We probably should. Maybe we'll next week. But Jawan Carey, no way we're bringing him back for even $4 million a year. Just not worth it. Sedale Hunt, this is the interesting one. He wants a lot of money. He wants over $7 million a year and 5 years, $8 million. This dude's really freaking talented. So I'm a little bit scared not to bring him back. I think it's going to be a make it or break it year for him to see if he's earned that contract. If not, we'll see if there's anyone in free agency worth it. And Chris Arnold, we're not certain about either. He's a good player, but 4 years, 22 mil as a fifth option or so. I'd much rather work with Deangelo Daniel at the moment. And lastly, Dallas Austin. I mean, he's a little bit better than that. I don't think any player would accept that based on his number production, even if he's not exactly that good. Taking a look at 3-4 outside linebackers across the board, it's a pretty high leverage position. You'd have to be pretty crappy to be $2 million a year. He's probably closer to about a $4 million a year guy. And for 20 mil, it's just not worth it, I don't think. I mean, if he's not better than like Trent Cole right now or Nick Perry in real life, I don't know. He's definitely better than a lot of the other guys on this list. So, it's a tough situation to figure out, but I don't think we're going to deal with that right now. We brought back the two guys who we wanted to bring back to make sure our secondary looked nice and shiny moving forward. Obviously, Byron Jones is now our primary nickelback. I have to make him that. I forgot to. Good thing I remembered while we're doing this video. Yep, Byron Jones is the primary nickel now. And outside of that, we have the replacement for Malcolm Jenkins and whatnot. So, yep, accepted contract. Najee Simon's another interesting one because he's a good player. I didn't even notice him in that. Or Eric Reed, we didn't talk about either. Najee Simon. Oh, he doesn't need to be re-signed. That's the trade block. Whoopsies. Trade offers, yeah. Eric Reed is another player who is really freaking good. And he's a lot better than what he's asking for. A lot better than $3 million a year. So we'll have to figure that out. But let's take a look at the scouting, and then we'll call it a video. So to presume that we replace Chris Arnold, we'll take a look and draft maybe draft a wide receiver. Want to go a little bit later in the rounds. Damn. Okay, Sean Walden. Might give him a shot. See what he runs. If he runs something good, then we can always consider it. But he has the size that we're looking for. Okay, Jason Brandon, not great. Giovanni Winston, a little high, first round projected. But yeah, I mean, Sean Walden, that's pretty impressive. We'll see exactly how good he'll be. I think he's definitely someone to look at. We have a first round pick. We have a couple thirds, a couple fourths, a couple fifths, a couple sixths. So that'll be interesting. But we're going to advance it one more week as we are going to get to week number 7. And we'll just see if anybody else has done anything special in this time period. And if not, then we'll just end it. And I mean, I can show you guys the little look at the, whatchamacallit. We can take a look at the roster for the Dolphins. They're 4-2. Jamon Harrison, 2-year extension. Not bad. All right. Take a look at the injury report first off. Anybody injured? I forgot to check that. Nobody for us. And only Sean Kilgore for them. So let's see what their roster looks like. We'll just save it. I'll save it in a minute. Bortles is the quarterback. Ironic that I just made a whole video on Blake Bortles. Zach Stacy, Brian Jackson, Martavis Bryant, Britton Burson. Wow, that's a huge drop-off. Troy Nicholas, Kyle Poteet. They must have a really good defense. Oh, Alvin Bailey. Oh, Mike Pouncey. Okay, they got 3 good pieces there. Kilgore's not very good or healthy. Mitch Unrein. Sue. Okay, Corey Wilson. Anthony Hitchens. Jonas Mountain. Jamie Blake. Wow, they don't have a very good team. How the hell are they 4-2? Marquestin Huff, Rashad Jones. Rookie kicker. I mean, I'm not saying they're not good based off their overalls, but this kid's pretty good. Not very fast, though. Dyron Floyd, I'm so sorry, man. You're going to have to deal with with the very angry Nate Hill. Not sure I can air it up the same way I'd want to because of, Mr. Rashad Jones, but we'll see. We'll see exactly how that goes. I want to see around the league the standings. Okay, the Bears lost their first game. We're 3-2, tied with Seahawks for first place. Cowboys are 4-2. Falcons 3-3, 3-3, 0-5, 0-6. Sheesh. 5-1, 4-1, 6-0, 4-2, 4-2, 3-3, and 6-0. So we have a division with 2 teams that are winless and a division with the last place team is 3-3. Incredible. Let's see why the first off, let's see why the Dolphins are so good. Let's see, they beat the Rams, the Chargers. They're winless. Not good Bills. Good Jets. Raiders, I don't remember, and the Jets again. So they handed them both of their losses. Crazy. And the Bears lost 54-48. Brady Johns, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks, though. That's the Brady Johns I know. Eddie Lacy, 4 rushing touchdowns. Wow. Mari Cooper putting up big numbers. Crazy. Sacks, only 1. Interceptions, 2 for Cedric Taylor. Cedric Taylor is a problem, man. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed. We're taking on the Miami Dolphins in the next episode, which will be coming to you guys tomorrow. I'm Moonlight Swami, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace out, Franchise Nation.